Shane McMahon has deemed himself the best wrestler in the world. Although people might not agree with this, one thing is for certain. Shane changed the wrestling industry, more specifically the sports entertainment industry. Shane McMahon was already a multi-millionaire when he was born, so he didn't have to get in the ring and wrestle. He did though, and he did it with sneakers. In a match with one of the greatest of all time, Shawn Michaels, he has one of the most legendary photos in sneaker history, dropping an elbow from the top rope, wearing a pair of Jordan True Blue 3s. Then all the other sneaker moments he's had in WWE, like when he took a 50-foot fall from the top of the Titantron at SummerSlam 2000. Or how about when he fought the legendary Undertaker in shattered backboard Jordan 1s. The sneakers that were released in 2015 and are now selling for like $1,250. Nowadays, it is very common, but still very cool, to see WWE superstars wear sneakers to the ring. But in 2001, it was really unheard of. There wasn't a John Cena or a Kofi Kingston yet. The older generation had Shane O'Mac wearing black cement Jordans to the ring. In a match where he was literally going to combat with his dad, he chose black cement Jordan 3s to do it in. He was actually representing WCW in this match, as he had recently acquired it in store. Honestly, I don't know, did Shane McMahon actually ever own WCW in real life, like outside of character? Let me know in the comments, because I'm actually not sure about that. This match was actually remembered for how violent it was. I actually wasn't even alive to watch this, but I'm sure back in the day, seeing Shane hit coast to coast hit differently for sneaker fans. As I mentioned earlier, people like John Cena and Kofi Kingston are wearing sneakers to the ring all the time nowadays. I mean, I'm sure you can attribute some of that to Shane McMahon starting this and paving the way back in the day, as these two that I mentioned, along with others like Nikki Bella and Enzo Amore, all wrestled in sneakers later on. Also, the famous match at King of the Ring between Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle, it happened, and when Kurt Angle put Shane through the glass, it was supposed to be apparently sugar glass, which is like fake glass, easy to break, but it was actually real glass, and he wasn't going through it. But you know, it was a famous spot where he put him through it like 3 times and he finally went through it. He was wearing Air Max GC highs during this, which I don't know if that shoe is good or not, but if we have sneakerheads here, let me know, because if you are watching this video, more than likely you are a sneakerhead or a wrestling fan, or both. If you're a sneakerhead, you know how legendary this sneaker right here is. And if you're a wrestling fan, well, you know how much of a menace this man was in 2009. The reason I bring up the shoes is because Shane McMahon wore those shoes defending the WWE Championship in a 6-man tag against Randy Orton and the rest of Legacy. And he wore those shoes defending the WWE Championship in a 6-man tag. He wasn't even the WWE Champion. I don't even know if this has ever happened besides this match right here, but he defended a title that wasn't even his. And well, the reason I bring up Randy Orton is because he did kind of kiss Stephanie McMahon, which is Shane's sister, on the mouth while she was unconscious. I mean, I told you he was a menace. We all know he was a menace. If you're watching this, you know that skin fade was nothing to play with. I think we would all agree though that wrestling and sneakers were gonna collide eventually. It was only a matter of time. But Shane McMahon really did do it in like 01, when it was really unheard of. Shane really brought the game forward, and he honestly changed the whole entire game. Now that I've explained what this whole video is on how he changed the game, people are probably wondering, what was the best shoe Shane ever wore on WWE? I mean, this guy, he wore quite a bit of shoes. He wore the shattered backboard 1s, True Blue 3s, black cement 3s, Chicago 1s. He wore those expensive shoes I mentioned earlier. But for me, it was his 2016 return when he returned in those red and white Chicago 1s, or the True Blue 3s with that iconic photo, because they're just classics, man. And like, nothing beats the classics. Now people are wondering, what is the most expensive shoe that Shane ever wore? Because people do care about that, but it's probably the Air Jordan 1 high in the Maize colorway. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I haven't heard of this shoe, but this shoe goes from anywhere from like $1,700 to like $6,000 on like StockX. So yeah, people are freaking out over this. Like, after he wore these on live TV, people were like reporting that people were freaking out on Twitter and stuff because of how expensive they were and how he just casually wore them on TV. But he has these cool custom shoes that I've seen. I'm not even sure if they're his or not, but they have like the SmackDown logo on them, and they're pretty much SmackDown Jordan 1s, which is really dope. And he has these other money ones that I've seen. He got customized by like a designer that does shoes for like all types of people. Vince has drip too, so I guess it's like father like son. But that is the end of this video, seeing how Shane McMahon changed the game of wrestling and sneakers. So I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys enjoy watching it, and subscribe, support the channel, like the video, and yeah, just tune in. I'm gonna post some more, and watch another one if you want. It'll be up here on the screen.